What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Auto Auction Rebuilds. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Saturday. I'm baking, but that's okay. I want to give a big shout out to all of you for watching, to Copart corporate office and to the local Yard 18 at 2829 Southeast 15th Street, Del City, Oklahoma, for allowing me to come out here and record these cars. I certainly appreciate you, and I appreciate all of them. Now let's jump into this. Number one on my list is a 1985 GMC Sierra. Man, you guys already know. If you've been following my channel for any length of time, you already know this kind of high on my list, man. It really is. She is in magnificent shape for the age. Look at this seat. Look at the seat. It's not torn up. The dash is, you know, the dash is destroyed. But the dash can be replaced. However, the gauges and everything look phenomenal. Normally these lenses are worn out, they're fogged over, but the lenses actually are in excellent condition as well. This truck, it looks amazing. Now there's a downside. There's a couple downsides to it. Number one, it's a V6. Yeah, at least that's what it says. Ugh. Yeah, that's a V6. 4.3 liter. Well, that is disappointing. Someone put headers on it? Someone put headers on it? Surely not. Surely that's not factory. Those look like shorty headers. I'm guessing those are factory. I've never seen headers like that on a factory GM like this before. So it looks like the electronic ignition has been replaced recently on the carburetor. Sorry, not the electronic ignition. That's how you know it's getting hot out, man. By the third video, I've already been out here 3 or 4 hours, and I start getting a little bit disoriented and lose track of what I'm saying, what I'm doing. I meant the electric choke. That's what I was trying to say. It was electric choke, not the electronic ignition. I'm just going to pop the lid off of the carburetor real quick. Just have a quick peek under there and see what everything looks like. All right, good deal. That's all I needed. Just want to have a quick look-see. I'm curious about this one. You know, I love these old, well, and you also know how it is with me and trucks. Me and trucks don't do well. Now, while the V6 is disappointing, it's also worth mentioning the motor can be replaced. You know, this is a real easy vehicle to pop the engine out of and slap something else in. The oil looks really good. It's full and it's clean. Huh. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't do it, man. I don't need another daggum hoopty. I don't need another hoopty. So why am I telling myself that while at the same time telling myself, you know, you're gonna buy it, Randy? The tranny fluid is bright pink. Bright pink looks really good. Oh, Randy, don't do it. Don't do it. Help me out, guys. Tell me not to do it. Convince me that I don't need this daggum truck. Let's see if it's got any coolant. Ooh, rust. Lots of rust. Lots and lots of rust. But it does have coolant or water. I can see it. It's a little low, but it definitely has something in it. So that's a little concerning, because if it's water, we could definitely have blown freeze plugs. Obviously, if you've got blown freeze plugs, you may be able to get it to run, but you're not going to be going very far in it. And of course, this is a clean title as well, ladies and gentlemen. The tires so far look decent. The body looks really good. A few places where there's a little bit of rust, but it doesn't look like it's gone through or anything. Minor rust, very minor. Yeah, that's surface rust. A few spots where there are surface rust. The tires probably need replaced. I'm guessing these are old, but honestly, they don't look bad. Check under here, see what's going on with the suspension. Looks like we've got newer shocks. The control arm bushings are pretty ratted out, which is to be expected from something this old. The front end is ancient as well. There's your idler. Tie rods, yeah, front suspension is probably totally shot. But what's interesting is I'm looking under here, and what I don't see is any rust other than surface rust. I also don't see any oil leaks. It's kind of bizarre for something this old. You'd expect it to be leaking from just about everywhere. It's still got the factory catalytic converter on it. The transmission pan is dry. Like, the whole underside of this truck is very, very dry and very clean. Very clean. A little bit of rust starting to go through right here in the cab corner. That's typical. I mean, you kind of expect that. But wow, this thing is beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm officially in love. I knew I shouldn't come look at this. It's still got all the codes in here. Whoa, careful now. There we go. There we go. A little temperamental there. Now, it's listed as a non-runner, and I have no doubt that that's correct. I'm sure it doesn't run. It's probably been sitting a very long time. See, somebody had a little accident with the tailgate there. Man, this is a solid truck, though. You know what I mean? Oh, that tailgate. And it still works. And the bed is in such good condition. Throw a liner in this bed. Well, I spoke too soon. Looks like she doesn't want to release there. Trying not to bounce you guys around too much. We'll just have to leave it like that, I guess. Or maybe we should just leave it down. Yeah, have to do some work on that. I don't think that's too big of a deal, but man, what a classic. I'd prefer it was a short bed. I really would. I think the short beds are always nicer, more attractive in my opinion. But realistically, this thing is just clean. Absolutely clean. Gotta really slam the door there. What do you guys think? I'll tell you what I think. Unleaded fuel only, I'll bet money the gas in this thing smells rotten. Oh, yes. I'll tell you why she don't run. That's exactly what I expected. The gasoline smells like varnish. It really does. We got some rust definitely starting to eat off the paint here. It's bubbling up, but it's not through. It can still be saved. What a truck, man. What a classic, unmolested. That's what I love about it, is it is an original, unmolested truck that you could probably put the key in it with a booster pack. I'm sure the battery's dead. Put some starting fluid down it, and she'd probably fire right up. I bet she fire right up. It's carbureted, so I believe this has a mechanical fuel pump. I'm pretty sure it's got a mechanical fuel pump. It'd have to. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Tell me not to do it. I'm gonna put the key in it just to see if we get any juice. I'm sure we won't. No, nothing. I figured that much. It's still got the horn attached. God, man. Is this an AC? This is an AC truck. I didn't even check the air compressor. Yeah, well, the compressor has no pulley on it anymore, so most likely air compressor's shot. Yeah, the clutch is gone. That's no big deal neither. Well, I guess we're gonna walk away from this one for now. But boys and girls, what do you think? Tell me not to do it. And speaking of dead as a doornail back here, don't forget to check out my new merchandise. Several of you asked me to create a shirt that said dead as a doornail. So I've got a new logo, a smaller logo up here at the front, left, that says, it's got the new Auto Auction Rebuilds logo, I think, or the old one, I don't remember. It's got an Auto Auction Rebuilds logo here. I took away the on YouTube. So many of you hated that, so that's gone. Just the logo, and it says dead as a doornail on the front. On the back, the whole back of the shirt has the logo on it, and it says in big black letters on the back, dead as a doornail. Plenty of colors for men, women, different sizes, babies even. So go check that out, help support the channel. I truly appreciate it. Now let's move on to the next one. Next, we have a 2007 Chevy Colorado. Basically, in my opinion, this looks just like the S10, just modernized. This is a flood car. And when I say flood, I mean, this is a flood car. I'll show you the inside in a minute. But to give you an idea what the inside looks like, there's what the bed looks like. This thing went deep underwater. And again, you know, some of these cars, you really wonder, you know, what happened? Did somebody, whoa, my God. Oh, man. Did somebody back their boat up and the thing just slid back into the lake? You know, did they fall off a bridge, or was it a fraud type deal, you know? My God, look at this. Look at this. I mean, this thing was underwater up to the dash, past the dash. I'm guessing the whole damn thing was underwater. I mean, if you look at the ceiling, there's, well, the ceiling's dirty, but I don't see any mud on the ceiling. But I definitely see mud on the dashboard, so it looks like it went over the dash. Let's take a look in the engine compartment. See how things are looking under here. I don't know what you would even do with this. Oh, look, the top is crunched in too. Look at that. Yeah, I think this whole truck was underwater. That's what I think. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. My God. Wow. Wow. Let's prop this hood up real quick. I'm dying to see what the oil looks like. Let's check the oil. Oh, their water came out of the dipstick tube, guys. Oh, yeah. Yeah, water came out of the dipstick tube. She is, I mean, full to the top of water. I wonder if we could see water coming out of here. No. Man, oh man. Now, what do you think? You think the transmission's full of water? I think it is. Transmission's gonna have a vent tube, and with as deep as this thing got, it should be full. Now, the transmission fluid mark is way up here, so this thing's done, man. Done. I don't see how any component of this vehicle would have survived, other than perhaps the cooling system. I think the rest of this is done, though. Yeah, this is one I don't expect would ever run again. Imagine all the, you know, flood cars. Freshwater floods don't bother me all that much. A lot of the components can actually survive a freshwater flood, but not when the whole dang thing was submerged, and you don't know how long it's underwater for. But I can tell you this, I ain't gonna find out if this is one we can save. No, sir, not interested in this flood car. We're walking away. Here's a buy it now for $2,400. 2004 BMW 745. Now, I'm not quite sure what the deal is with this car. It's been here for a while. I don't believe this one has any keys. I could be wrong. We'll check that in a minute. What's up with this paint? It almost looks like this car was subjected to just an insane amount of heat. The paint almost just baked off. Look at this side. Or is this egged? Could this be like someone threw eggs or soda or something? I mean, the paint is just, I don't even know. The windshield is all cracked up from the bottom going up. I don't see a window here. No, the window's stuck down. And we got the same thing with the paint back here. Look at this. What comment below, please, and tell me what you think happened to this. I mean, I'm thinking maybe it was near a fire, but I don't see anything melted. You know, I don't see any damage to any of the body parts, the plastic or rubber pieces. Matching set of rims. I mean, that's something. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not interested in this. I would buy the 85 GMC Sierra pickup truck before I would purchase this thing. Oh yeah, no key, no odometer. This thing's just, this is gonna be a nightmare. This is gonna be one of those problematic cars, I can guarantee you. See if we can pop the hood. No, it's stuck. Nope, I can't pop it. Well, that's gonna cut this short. Interior smells bad. I'd say it's a good 3 out of 10. Lowest number being worst. Yeah, I don't know. I thought this would be an interesting car because I do wonder what happened to the paint. I've never seen one that had such weird patterns. Same thing up here. Look at this, all over the bumper. It just peeled off. Comment below. Tell me what you think. Maybe you're a body or paint guy or gal. Maybe you can tell me what you think happened to this car. I'm genuinely curious. Comment below. Here's one that I don't know why it's here. It's a 93 Chevy. It says front end damage. I see a little tiny ding in the bumper there. The paint's obviously trash on this. It's got your old school progressive rims. You guys remember those? Remember those 5-star progressive rims? Well, that takes me back. That takes me back. So it's a Chevy 1500 Cheyenne. Dry rotted tires. Messed up tailgate. Got the aftermarket bumper. For the life of me, I can't remember what they called that back in the day, and I guess they still do today. Instead of the bumper, you put that on there. Not a roll bar, dang it. I can't remember. Comment below what that bumper is. That one that kind of just shaved under. It's like flush. Looks real clean. Real clean. There's a dent in the front fender right here. Pretty good one. But aside from that, I don't really see anything wrong with it. I don't know if this is an insurance car or not. I don't think it is. Maybe this is a donation. Well, there's a clue. There's a starter in the bed, and it looks new. Just looks like it's been sitting out. There's a starter down there, nice and shiny. Oh, man. Yeah, that's your typical old GM interior right there. What do you think? Put the key in. You think it's going to do anything, or you think it's dead as a doornail? Yeah, I figured as much. Let's take a peek under the hood. See if it's got anything going on under there. What do you think? V6? Oh, good God. Wow. Yeah, this is one of those you probably need 2 people. You need one person to beat on the hood while the other one's pulling the hood release. There we go. I'll tell you what, that 85 GMC looks a heck of a lot better than this one. Heck of a lot better. Yeah, V6. I figured as much. Someone was doing some work to it though. I mean, it's got a new distributor cap. I mean, we know that much. It's got a new distributor cap. Spider webs. So she's been sitting a while. Nothing but rust in the cooling system. Hopefully you can see that. She's rusty. She's real rusty. Check the oil. The oil's good. It's still within the acceptable range, and it doesn't look like it's turned into sludge or anything. Huh. What do you think? Transmission. These things are notorious for tranny issues too. Head gasket issues. Let's take a look at the trans. See what she looks like. It's not too bad. It's actually the way I like it. It's not clean, but it's not burnt to a crisp either. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. What is it that makes me obsessed with these old trucks? I really don't know. I really don't. Sometimes I wish I didn't have this disease or whatever it is I got. I got a real passion for salvaging just old cars, man. Old cars, old trucks that people just walk right past and don't give them a second thought anymore. You know, I think maybe it's my own mortality coming into play. Maybe that is what it is. Maybe I see these old broken down vehicles that have just gotten forgotten. You know, they've gotten left behind. Here we go. I'm getting philosophical right now. Actually, I'm not getting philosophical. I'm really starting to think, man, what is it that makes me save these ridiculous cars? Because most people don't come out here and look for this kind of stuff. They're out looking for stuff that's, you know, good quality stuff that's going to make them a lot of money. I'm out here looking at stuff that is going to cost me a lot of money, and there's no possible way I could ever make a profit on it. And I really do think that maybe subconsciously, you know, maybe I'm just starting to accept it, but maybe it is my own mortality that's really starting to affect me. And I see these old, forgotten, broken down cars, and it makes me think of myself. And I save them, or at least I try to. I don't know. What do you think? Comment below. Tell me what you think is wrong with me. Now, I'm going to make this one quick because we already talked about this in last week's videos. In fact, it should have been a week to the day that we first came and talked about this. But the difference is there's actually a little room here. I can kind of maneuver around so that you can see the back end of this car a little better. Oh, I'm stepping in mud, but that's all right. Here you go. Here's the back end. I don't really think I can get too much closer to it. but it's really a beautiful, beautiful car. So why haven't I bought it? Well, I bid on it. I did. I I bid the living heck out of it, I'll tell you what. And I just couldn't get it, man. Last week, this car went for $4,100. As is, man, $4,100, unknown running, driving condition, etc. That's just a little too steep for me. And the best part is the seller did not accept the $4,100 bid. So the seller is wanting more than the $4,100 this thing was bid on. You're talking $4,100 with fees and everything. Even as a dealer, you're still talking about probably $4,600 to $4,800 out the door. You're talking about 5 G's. 5 G's out the door. Is it worth it? I don't really know, man. I don't. I don't know anything about this car, and that's what kind of scares me away from it. You know, we don't know what it needs. We don't know if the engine and transmission's okay. The clutch, you know, it's probably going to take a lot of money to put this car back together. At a minimum, probably a clutch, full brake system, master cylinder, slave cylinder. There's probably a lot of rubber bushings and things that drive the back wheels that might very well be rotted out from sitting. This thing could end up costing a ton of money to put back together. And at the end of the day, I just don't know what it's worth. I don't know what it would resell for. And I don't really know if the content is there. I don't know if people really want to see the GT6. I don't. So comment below and tell me what you think. I've learned a little bit. I was wrong that this is not a TR6 with a hardtop. That was my mistake. It was the Spitfire. I got confused. I got my British cars confused, and I got flamed over it. My apologies. It's basically the Spitfire with a hardtop. And it's still a magnificent car. I think it'd still be a lot of fun to drive, but it's worth remembering there's no air conditioning and anything like that. And when it's 113 degrees out here today, that's the heat index right now, this car would not be a whole lot of fun. It's something you'd really only be able to drive comfortably where I live in the springtime or the fall, and some days during the winter. Anyway, comment below. Tell me what you think of the GT6 Mark III. Here we have what I think would make a great little flip car. It's a donation. It's a 2002 Chrysler Concorde. Believe it or not, people will still buy this car. I know you probably disagree with me, but I've sold a ton of them. Not recently, but I've sold a ton of them. It's got Continental Extreme tires all the way around, 82,000 miles on the clock. It's in relatively good cosmetic condition, aside from this obvious scrape here. Probably an older person's car, you know. It's kind of a boat, a modern day boat. Nice chrome wheels. It's got a decent sized ding in the front fender right here, but nothing too bad. Nothing I think is going to distract too much from someone being interested in the vehicle, especially considering the 82,000 miles on the clock. Open up the doors. Let's let this thing air out a little bit. The seats have seen better days. So is the back floorboard. You can see the back floorboard looks like it had something spilt and just sat in it for a while. Same thing back here. The seat doesn't look all that great. It's stained up. It's got some of the color missing. Some of the stitching is coming off of the seat over there. Floors are stained over here as well. See what the dashboard looks like. Oh, this seat's actually torn up pretty bad. Yeah. I mean, if it went cheap enough, or if you could find some front seats, I think that would really make it worth a lot more. There's Band-Aids taped up on the door handle. Okay, well, that's interesting. Band-Aids. I think that's the first time I've ever seen that. What happens is the chrome peels off of these door handles here, and they'll slice your, it's peeling on this one too. The chrome will peel on this, and when it does, it'll slice your fingers open. So I completely understand why they did that. This is supposed to be a run and drive, so let's see if we can throw the key in it. It's got both sets of keys, 2 key fobs, good deal. Well, how about that? That is a doornail. I'm hopeful that this has the 3.5. That was the good engine of this era. Let's see if we can, first of all, find the hood release. I just hit myself in the head with my camera. Yeah, I literally just hit myself in the head with my own camera. And it does have the 3.5, so that's good. Now the transmissions in these things, you know, they weren't the best. But the 3.5 was a solid engine. The battery is way down there. Hopefully you can see way down at the bottom down there is where the battery is. We'll take a quick peek. The hood shocks are blown, so I have to hold the hood up with my head while I'm recording with one hand and checking the transmission dipstick with another. The tranny fluid looks, I would say, average. Looks average for 80,000 miles. Not too bad. Make sure we get that all the way in there. I don't want that thing hanging out. What do you think about the cooling system? Let's have a peek. All I can tell you is it's got coolant in it. It's got something in it. Come over here, check the oil. She's got oil. That's good. The oil doesn't look too bad. Not recently changed, but not horrible. So the fluids look good. That's a good thing. It's got fluid. I'd love to hear it run. Unfortunately, that's just not going to happen today. So it's something I'll consider. I'll bid on it accordingly. You know, good tires. If we could find front seats, I think that'd make a heck of a difference. Otherwise, not a bad looking car. Another great little flip car, 2001 Honda Accord donation. I believe this is the 4-cylinder. It's the coupe. It does have high miles, but a lot of people are willing to overlook high miles on a Honda for obvious reasons. The things are just notoriously reliable. It doesn't look bad. There is a little bit of paint peel here and there. 215,000 miles on the clock. Definitely some clear coat peel here. Some more over here. It's not that bad. See if this is an automatic or a stick. It's a stick. Well, that's good and bad. A lot of people just don't drive stick anymore. Sadly, a lot of people don't even know how. So when I'm looking for a flip car, typically I'm looking for an automatic. But with a Honda, you're bound to find somebody that could drive this car and that would love to drive it. So let's turn this radio off, clutch in, let's fire it up. First, second, there's third gear seems to be missing. First, second, fourth, fifth, reverse. 1, 2, yeah, third gear's gone. When you go into third, it wants to shift into first. Wait, there it goes. Hold on, first. No, that's first gear still. Yeah, it won't go into third. So we do have a transmission problem first. And it's not wanting to go into first all the time either. First, second, third is gone, fourth, fifth. I think it's got either a shift fork issue, but I'm thinking it's actually the synchros are probably gone on third. Let's try this again. Sometimes you can convince the synchros to let you into third by giving a little gas, or into a gear, any gear that it doesn't want to go in. You give it a little bit of gas, and sometimes they'll let you, nah. Not gonna happen. We got to check engine light, maintenance required. We got an airbag light. Does the AC work? I'm thinking at this point, this is probably a no-go. And with it being a Honda, you're probably gonna get a lot of people bidding on it. You're gonna get people that don't even come out and look at it. They're gonna bid on it, not knowing. In fact, I'll be honest with you, I'm just done looking at it at this point. Okay, I'm not done looking at it. Just got to pop the hood. I know it's a little 4-banger under there. Take a look, see what everything looks like under here. I mean, it's not a difficult transmission to change. Tiny little thing. I mean, there it is. Tiny little transmission down there. It's itty bitty. I've changed these out on the Honda Preludes many, many times back in the day. Yeah. I don't know. It's something to think about, but honestly, I'm not very interested in this car at this point. Here we have a 2005 Cadillac SRX listed as hail damage, but I don't believe this is one from an insurance company. I believe this is a CDS car, a dealer services car, something that a dealer sent here to be sold. Nothing wrong with that. People do it all the time. It's got good tires. The body, yeah, it's got some dings and nicks and stuff all around. It's got the North Star V8, another reason not to buy it. No, actually, I really do love the North Star. The problem is it just wasn't designed very well. Now, I don't know if they had the North Star all figured out by this time. Some people love them, some people don't. Some people say that if you maintain them properly, they will last forever. Other people say they blow up as soon as you get them out of the dealership, or they used to. So it's really not a bad looking SRX overall. A few minor imperfections here and there. I don't know why that window is down, but it's supposed to be a run and drive. I don't know why that window is down either. I don't think can we open this door? No, we can't. Huh. Maybe the window, oh, I gotta open this door. It's the only way I can get in. The interior's got some wear on it for sure. 100 and how many? 165,000 miles. It's getting kind of up there. Let's find out if she'll run. Fired. Oh, it's misfiring badly. Mr. Conway Twitty. Yeah, she runs, but she's got a miss. Let's see if it goes away with a little bit of gas. No, doesn't go away at all. She's running real bad. Check coolant level. How about that? Check coolant level. There's a sign. And you know what that means? Like right there. It's got a misfire. It says service coolant or low coolant. I'm not touching it. I know better. I know my Cadillacs, man, and this is not one I'm gonna even think about messing with. We are walking away. Here's another one. It's a donation. An 06 Nissan Murano. Now this one looks to be in really good condition. So why is it here? I don't know. Are these notorious for transmission problems? I mean, it's got excellent looking tires on it, man, and they match. GT Radial Touring Plus. GT Touring VP Plus. The tires look great. The body looks great. The only thing I can think is this probably has some kind of a transmission issue. I know Nissans were notorious for CVT transmission problems. Boy, it's hot in here. The interior actually looks really good. Really good. It's listed as a run and drive. We're gonna have to, oh, that's not a good sign. It usually means it's dead. I gotta convince them to let me carry around a jumper pack, although that would take me a considerable amount longer to do these videos. Yeah, it's dead. Dag nabbit. That sucks, man. It sucks because I was really interested in this one. Really interested in this one. I'll have to do some research when I get back to the house and see if the Murano is known for having transmission problems like so many other Nissans are. And if this is a CVT V6 3.5. It's a little damp under here, but it doesn't look too bad. I wonder what the trans looks like, if we can even check it. Yeah, well, I don't know how to open the transmission dipstick, so we're just gonna leave it. I'll do some research when I get home. Google is a wonderful friend of mine. I know you guys are going to be so mad at me that we decided not to fix the Lexus and just throw it back through Copart. It's the 2000 Lexus RX300, boys and girls. I know how disappointed you must be, but let me tell you something. Ha ha! This is not the RX300 that we have back at the house. This is another one. Our RX300 has like 180,000 miles. This RX300 has 303,000 miles on the clock. Talk about a trooper of an SUV, man. 300,000. Now I know for a lot of you diehard Toyota Lexus fans, you're sitting there going, yeah, and what's the big deal? Hey, for me, seeing a car go 300,000 miles is kind of a big deal. And I know you guys want these, the 370Z, right? This car literally has 11,000 miles on it. This is a, if if I remember right, this is a rebuilt car. I think I looked it up on autoauctions.io, and the whole front end was taken off of it. Like, it's unbelievable that it even looks the way it does. But we're not going to get into that car. That's not even one on my list. Beautiful car, but, you know, whatever. That's not one we could even begin to consider. It's going to be far out of my price range. So the seat, of course, is torn up after 300,000 miles. Let's see if we can, get it to run. Whew, guys, it's hot. Oh my God. Oh, did you hear that rod knock? I heard that rod knock. Whoa, let's try that again. Well, it's not knocking now. It could have just been temporarily low on oil pressure. Maybe it's been sitting for a while. Nobody's come out and started it and looked at it. Before we get too far, when I hear a rod knock, it concerns me. So I'm going to give it a little gas. No. Nope. 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 We're going to end that one right there. Yeah, it's got a rod about to blow, and we can't get the hood open. How about that? Yeah, we're gonna just walk away from this one. All right, I want to apologize in advance if the audio quality from the rest of this video here on sucks. I am really sorry. Apparently it's really, I'm not kidding, it's like 113 degrees right now. It is extremely hot, and my audio overheated. My Rode wireless microphone literally overheated, shut off, and I didn't realize until after I had already recorded. Basically everything I recorded here was done, and I realized going back and checking there was no audio, so you would have had no motorcycle content had I not gone back and double checked that footage. So we're going to start over again. This is a 98 Yamaha. This is I called it a Viagra when I first recorded the video, but it's a Virigo. I think it's a VX 1100 or something like that. It's an XV 1100S, a 98 Yamaha XV 1100S. I don't know anything about bikes, and I want to make that very clear up front. I don't want to come off as, you know, just being an idiot, but I really am. You know, I really am. I've never ridden a bike other than a dirt bike back when I was a kid. I don't know anything about the, other than I think the 1100 stands for 1100 cc's. I don't know what that translates into cubic inches. I have no idea. What is it, like 110, 109.7 cubic inches or something like that? But there she is. And also want to point out, I'm really thinking about buying a bike because I've never bought one before. I've never had one, and it's kind of been something I've really been considering. Now, if this is an 1100cc bike, this is probably not the bike I want to start with. I probably want to start with something very small. But right now, this bike is going very cheap. By the time you guys see this video, this bike will be long sold. In fact, all the cars in this auction will have already ended. I don't see any damage to speak of. I don't really know what to look for. But this is a donated bike. So this is not a wreck. It's just donated. So chances are there's going to be some problems with it. Something's going to need work. I don't know. It's got 13,000 miles on it. I don't know if that's good or bad. There's some kind of a packet right here. It's got a lot of papers in it. It does have the keys right here, but we're not gonna mess with it because I don't know anything about it. But it's listed as a run and drive. So there's one bike, and you can comment below and tell me what you think of this old Yamaha. Last, but certainly not least, I saved the best for last, honestly. This is a 2016 Indian Chief. No, I'm not going to buy this bike. This is not the bike I'm going to buy, I assure you. 111 cubic inches. I'll tell you something, though. Although I don't know anything about bikes, it's similar to somebody that doesn't know anything about cars. You know, if you've got taste, you can look at one and say, wow, that is a sexy car. You may not know what it is, you just know it's a beautiful masterpiece. It's a piece of art, and that's what this bike looks like to me. This bike is literally like looking at artwork. Now, obviously, it was laid down on this side, so we've got scratches and stuff all down here to this cover. The gas tank has definitely got a dent and a lot of chips and stuff taken out of the paint. Your little footrest thing here obviously has seen better days from where it got laid down on this side. The exhaust is scraped up a little bit over here too. The saddlebag, actually the saddlebag looks okay. I'm not sure how that is, but it doesn't look like it took any damage at all. I don't know if there's any damage to the forks. I really don't know how to tell. I'm guessing if they're bent, you should be able to look and just tell. I don't see anything wrong with it. We've got damage over here to this light for sure. It almost looks like it, I don't know, maybe it sideswiped something first over there and then landed. I have no idea. But again, I don't know what I'm looking for. All I know is this is a beautiful bike. Absolutely beautiful bike. And I'm being very careful as I walk around all this stuff, because you bump one of these the wrong way and we're going to have all these things falling, and Copart will never let me come back again. I'm not trying to do that. What a beautiful bike, though. I'm sure most of you can agree this thing is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, how do you look at this? How do you look at this engine and not end up mesmerized, kind of starstruck by it? I don't know. It's a beautiful bike. I kind of in love with it. But obviously, no, that's not what we're looking at. If we're going to get something, we're going to end up with the old Yamaha over there. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I don't care. It's a first bike. I'm thinking about buying it, and you know, we'll get it to the house and see if we can. Well, I don't know. I need to probably take some bike lessons. And with that said, I'm going to get out of here, folks. I am hot, exhausted. I've drank up all my fluids. I brought 3 bottles with me, and those were gone a long time ago. I got to get out of here and get something to drink. I'm literally, it's getting bad. I really have to get out of this place. But I want to thank all of you for joining me, and I want to thank Copart for allowing me to come out here, the corporate office, the local Yard 18 people here. They work their tails off out here, man. Let me tell you something. These people are always out here working, getting stuff done, making this place run efficiently. I appreciate them, and of course, I appreciate all of you for watching. And like I said earlier, dead as a doornail, new merchandise. Please check out the store, pick up a shirt. Literally, guys, I've listed these shirts as cheap as I can. I make like $2.20. So basically $2 off of each shirt. Like, I've marked them as cheap as I can and still make anything off of them. So I'd appreciate if you at least go check it out. And if you pick one up, that'd be great. I've got all different sizes, colors, men, women, children, babies, everything. Just go check it out. I'd appreciate it if you'd help support the channel. But if you don't, I still appreciate you for watching the video, because, I mean, watching the video supports the channel anyway, right? So I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm out of here. Until next time, stay safe out there, everybody, and I will catch you all very soon in the next one.